He arrived in New York in 1884 with 4 cents in his pocket, a few of his own poems, and calculations for a flying machine. Within a decade, he had designed the system that powers every home, every factory, every device on Earth. He held over 300 patents. He demonstrated radio communication 2 years before the man history credits with inventing it. He lit up the Chicago World's Fair and harnessed Niagara Falls. And he died alone, in a hotel room, nearly penniless, with the FBI waiting outside the door. This is the story of Nikola Tesla, the man who gave the world electricity and got almost nothing in return. Tesla was born in 1856 in what is now Croatia. He gained practical experience working in telephony and at Continental Edison in Paris before migrating to the United States. He was a man of extraordinary mental gifts, a photographic memory, the ability to visualize complex machines entirely in his mind, and a work ethic that bordered on obsession. He worked for Edison for a year, impressing him with his diligence and ingenuity. At one point, Edison told Tesla he would pay $50,000 for an improved design for his DC dynamos. After months of experimentation, Tesla presented a solution and asked for the money. Edison demurred, saying, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." Tesla quit soon after. He spent the following winter digging ditches for $2 a day. The greatest electrical mind of the age, digging ditches. Tesla's AC system caught the attention of George Westinghouse, who was seeking a solution to supplying the nation with long-distance power. In 1888, he purchased Tesla's patents for $60,000 in cash and stock, and Edison declared war. The rivalry was more than a battle of ideas. It was a financial war between companies. Thomas Edison allied with J.P. Morgan, the most powerful banker in the United States, to electrify the entire country with direct current. In 1890, Edison arranged for a convicted New York murderer to be put to death in an AC-powered electric chair, a stunt designed to show how dangerous the Westinghouse standard could be. He even electrocuted animals publicly to demonstrate the dangers of AC power. Edison knew his system was inferior, but he had a fortune invested in it, and he would do almost anything to protect it. Tesla won. The Westinghouse Corporation was chosen to supply the lighting at the 1893 World's Columbian Exposition in Chicago, and Tesla conducted demonstrations of his AC system there. Over 27 million people attended. They saw electric light on a scale nobody had witnessed before. The AC system worked. It was safe. It was brilliant. Then, in 1896, Tesla's system was used at Niagara Falls, in the world's first large hydroelectric plant. Power flowed to the city of Buffalo. The war of currents was over. AC had won. Tesla's system became the global standard. Edison's company, already renamed General Electric, implicitly admitted defeat by applying for a Westinghouse patent license to use alternating current in its electrification projects. Tesla had powered the modern world. He was at the peak of his fame. And then, everything began to fall apart. Westinghouse Electric was in financial trouble. George Westinghouse explained his difficulties to Tesla in stark terms, and Tesla agreed to release the company from the royalty payment clause in his contract. He tore up his royalty agreement, walked away from what would have been hundreds of millions of dollars, because he trusted Westinghouse, because he believed in the work. Then, his Manhattan laboratory burned to the ground in 1895, taking years of research with it. Tesla tried to put his ideas for worldwide wireless power transmission to practical use in his Wardenclyffe Tower project, an intercontinental wireless communication and power transmitter, but ran out of funding before he could complete it. J.P. Morgan pulled his funding. Marconi, using patents that were later ruled to be Tesla's, was credited with inventing radio. Later, the U.S. Supreme Court voided 4 of Marconi's key patents, belatedly acknowledging Tesla's innovations. But by then, Tesla was already gone. Tesla died nearly penniless, though that had nothing to do with Edison. He had made a fortune from his contracts with Westinghouse, but lost it all through poor business deals, bad investments, and expenditures on grand experiments that resulted in failure. In his final years, he lived in room 3327 of the New Yorker Hotel, surviving largely on crackers and warm milk, feeding pigeons from his window, still filling notebooks with ideas for inventions the world wasn't ready for. He spent the last years of his life in relative isolation as his mental health continued to deteriorate, though he kept working on plans for new inventions until his death. In 1915, he was severely disappointed when a report that he and Edison were to share the Nobel Prize proved erroneous. The prize went to others. The hotel bill went unpaid. And on the 7th of January 1943, Nikola Tesla died alone in that room. He was 86 years old. The Tesla coil, invented in 1891, is still used in radio and television sets, car starters, and a wide variety of electronic equipment. Tesla's work with radio frequency waves laid the foundation for today's radio. He received over 100 patents for devices ranging from speedometers to extremely efficient electrical generators to a bladeless turbine still in use today. Every time you charge your phone, switch on a light, run a washing machine, you are using Tesla's alternating current. The system he designed, the system Edison tried to kill, the system Tesla gave away the royalties to, because he believed in it more than he believed in money. There is a word for what Tesla was. Not just a genius, not just an inventor, a man who cared more about what he was building than what he was getting for it. Today, a car company bears his name. His face appears on the Serbian dinar. His notebooks are still studied by researchers looking for ideas nobody has used yet. And the FBI, who seized his papers the night he died, declassified their files on Tesla decades later. They found drawings, equations, plans for technologies that still don't exist. The man who powered the modern world may still have things left to teach us. He came to New York with 4 cents in his pocket. He left the world with the electricity that runs through every wire in every building on Earth. That is not a bad trade. If stories like Tesla's remind you why history matters, you're in exactly the right place. We find the most fascinating people, places, and ideas on Earth every single week. Hit subscribe and turn on notifications, and we'll see you in the next one.